John Bolton has been attacked quite a bit over the last week, ever since it was revealed that he believes he can directly link, from a conversation he had with Donald Trump, the quid pro quo and investigations into Joe Biden. So he's saying he has personal experience that happened. Since then, he has been attacked by virtually everyone. Brian Kilmeade's still in his corner. That's pretty much it at this point. And he is now responding to accusations that him doing what he did, former Trump administration officials revealing what they had talks with Trump about, is fundamentally wrong. So he was at a private dinner in Austin, which is no longer private, and he said, all of them acted, all the people who have since testified, including himself, acted in the best interest of the country as they saw it and consistent to what they thought our policies were. He says the idea that somehow testifying to what you think is true is destructive to the system of government we have, I think is very nearly the reverse, the exact reverse of the truth. And so yeah, I mean, of course he's gonna say that. We still at the end of the day can't say 100% that what he is describing actually happened. But everybody has been painting the same sort of picture, so it's a little bit easier to believe his account.
Yes, it is very clear from what's happened in the last week. I mean, I want to say week, like it's a recent thing, but in the last few months is that the Republican Party has defined what's right versus what's wrong along the lines of whether it benefits them in their perception electorally. And it is completely divorced from whether it is actually the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do ethically or morally. And unfortunately for all of us as people who live in America, the ability to stay moored in truth, reality, and morality and ethics was what the framers had in mind when they framed the impeachment process. It was for the ability of senators to say, I know what would benefit me electorally or not, but I am supposed to be the impartial juror who sits here, judges what's right and wrong, and acts accordingly. And the way they've turned on John Bolton so quickly, a man who at one point,
on a dime,
at one point, when we weren't in the bounds of impeachment, John Bolton, a guy who absolutely represented something that I find morally repugnant, but they gravitate towards so much, which is just war hawkishness. That was how they at least defined their value system, was like, we are the kinds of people who protect America, whether you believe it or not, by making it stronger internationally and setting up regimes around the world that benefit us geopolitically and economically. Now they are just like, no, Trump says he's stupid, he's stupid. Trump says he's bad, he's bad. And that is fascism.
Even though when John Bolton was brought into the Trump administration, the defense, I guess not the defense, the reaction from those on the right, electeds and medias, was not, we like John Bolton because he's been around a long time, or we like John Bolton because he's effective, or we like John Bolton because he agrees with us. They almost all are on tape saying we like him because he's loyal and honorable. Nobody could impeach the person that he is. But we'll do our best try a few months from now.
It just happens all the time too.
Exactly, yes, because in the end, what is right is what benefits them electorally and their donors economically, and that is literally it, which is obviously, it's ridiculous for a party that says, we above all others, and the Democrats say that they're generally in support of like American Christians too, that they say we have this value system. It's got books and everything. You can go to a building every week and learn about it. But in reality, they don't care about any of that. They care about electoral, it's realpolitik, that's all it is. I did want your reaction to one other bit of news involving John Bolton though, and that is that despite the uproar surrounding his new memoir, publisher Simon & Schuster is standing firm on its intended March 17 publication date. And that uproar, by the way, includes a White House threat for them to not publish the book.
Thank God it's on March 17th because it is St. Patrick's Day and I will need many, many drinks when, I don't know, I buy all these books, by the way.
You do? I bought one or two.
I bought Fear, I started reading it. I even bought Rumsfeld's book back in the day, and I read it and I get about halfway through and go, what's the point?
Yeah, I think I bought, this is kind of embarrassing to admit, I bought Comey's book, I think.
Did you?
I read the beginning of it, but the problem is that almost all the good stuff is spoiled beforehand anyway. John Bolton, I just want to say, closing out a week of, I have said more nice things about John Bolton this week than ever before or ever in the future, because what he's doing appears to be right. let's just bear in mind, he's awful.
Well, but I'm consistent because I've always wanted to hear from John Bolton. The thing was, I just didn't get to before.
Yeah,
because I didn't know what he sounded like. I remember reading about him and seeing him and going like, those are two different things.
Yeah.
But I'd never heard from him. But I always wanted to hear from him back when he was like super duper hawkish and known for that and lauded by the right for that. I wanted to hear from him because I'm like, no, go on and tell me exactly why we need to be doing this.
Yeah.
And it would unravel because hearing from more information from him has always been beneficial to my arguments and the furtherance of what I want this country to accomplish.
Yeah.
And the same is true today. I still want to hear a lot from John Bolton, and people on the right are still trying to stop me.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.